So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is putting more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique together. Grenada is our home. Carriacou is our home. Petit Martinique is our home. And we have a duty, not because we were born here and the Constitution says we have to do X, Y, or Z. Because we were born here and we want to make it better for those to come, our children and children. So we have to make it better. We have to enhance it. We have to develop it. We have to transform it. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. Again, another unique opportunity, special opportunity that you and I have to talk, to engage in a robust intellectual conversation using radio and the social media. And I want to say good morning to the folks on Vibes 101.3 FM and 106.3 FM. In fact, just before I came on air, I was listening to Kim the King. He has a wonderful morning program. So I was listening to him because we were able to complete the setup, the installation of the new equipment, and so far, so good. The quality is really superior. And I want to thank the two gentlemen who were involved in the setup. Yes, we know it was a job, but a job well done. Kudos to you. Thumbs up. I want to start off this morning by saying Keith Mitchell and the NNP really believe Grenadians going to forget the NNP's past records. They believe that Grenadians have a way of quickly forgetting what happened in the past. So as a result, they're out there parading, saying all manner of things, making people believe that they're clean, making people believe they're the cloth that the priests would use for communion. But we, the people who know, who experience the NNP's wrath, and who must educate the young, educate your children, let them know what Grenada been through under Keith Mitchell and the NNP. Because the NNP is out there telling people that they're coming back to rescue Grenada, or they will rescue Grenada. And one wonders, rescue Grenada? And NNP saying they want to rescue Grenada, yes? I think that should be the laugh this morning. And you can repeat it after me. An NNP saying they want to come back to rescue Grenada, yes? Are they for real? Lest you forget, every Monday morning, the headline used to be some conman, some fraudster, some scammer, somebody, some group was able to con the NNP administration and took millions and millions of dollars from our coffers, from government coffers. And NNP say they want to come back to rescue Grenada, yes? I can recall vividly when they made a big fuss over this shrimp farm. They gave the people in St. Mark and Grenada this idea that those convestors, because they later became convestors, the NNP administration told us that they were investors, but when 54 point something million dollars just vanished, passports were sold, official sword turning ceremony took place, cocktail parties, and they were drinking champagne with fork and eating lobster with toothpick. They had a wonderful time. Grenada lost 54 plus million dollars under this shrimp farm project. The NNP administration was in power. Keith Mitchell and his administration, they were in power. We lost 50 something million dollars in that particular project. And if you go in St. Mark, where that project's supposed to be, all you see there is grass, bush. And NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? I could recall vividly the chicken farm fiasco. They told Grenada that we will get our own chicken, our own back and neck, our own chicken wings, our own chicken feet, our own chicken breasts, our own chicken thigh, and leg quarters. They told us that we will get chicken back, local. So they pump millions and millions of dollars into this ghost chicken farm in St. Mark again. And that is why I always look at this woman who always wear this unkept wig and laugh, because it's her constituency. That constituency is known for that kind of thing. So we were expecting local chicken. They pump millions of dollars into that particular project. Up to this very day, we cannot point to an egg. We cannot point to a piece of back and neck. We cannot point to a chicken neck. We cannot point to chicken feet. We cannot point to nothing. I do not even want to go to expensive chicken breasts and thigh or leg quarters and so on. We have not seen one piece, not even a feather from that project. We lost in excess of $18 million in that project under the NNP administration, and NNP say they want to come back to rescue Grenada, yes? I remember vividly E.J. Miller, Ekram J. Miller in Mount Hartman. Lest you forget that. There are some people who want to forget that, and they want you to forget it. And they're working overtime to make sure that you forget Livera. But folks, not Livera, Mount Hartman. I will get to Livera momentarily. They want you to forget Mount Hartman. We are talking about millions and millions of dollars the NNP administration gave to E.J. Ekram Miller. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. This guy came here with nothing. Nothing. He had no money, really. He said he paid some 7 million US for the piece of land. Well, not the piece of land, some 240 or so acres of land at Mount Hartman. What happened? The guy realized he was able to get the land easily. He then approached the same Keith Mitchell-led administration, saying to them, well, I want to build a Ritz-Carlton hotel on this land. I don't have the money, but I want the government to sign a guarantee with a bank. I think it was the Frostis Bank of Belgium or the International Miami Bank. One of them. One was with Livera and one was with Mount Hartman. Those two projects. So the stupid NNP government went ahead and signed as a guarantor, giving the bank a guarantee, saying to the bank, if this man doesn't pay back this money, the government and people of Grenada will pay back that money. That's what a guarantee is. Giving the bank a guarantee that you're going to pay if they don't pay, or if the individual fails to pay. What happened? The guy realized he got the money easy. He had no intention of building any Ritz-Carlton hotel. No. So he drew down the money from the bank and he went on a shopping spree, he and his family, drinking expensive wine, going on yachts, having a lavish time with our money, Eventually, taxpayers' money had to go back and pay that debt under the Keith Mitchell-led administration, under the NNP administration. We lost almost $20-something million in Mount Hartman under Ekram J. Miller, and NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? I tell you this, when Ekram J. Miller realized that the government caught up with him with the scam, with the fraud, he drew down all his millions. He then turned around when the government tried to take back the land and sue the government. And the government had to promptly pay him millions again to get back the land, or else they couldn't get it back. And NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? Rescue Grenada from what? I want to say this. Keith Mitchell's cousin, some Dennis, was involved in a call center business, a private business. Keith Mitchell's cousin, Dennis, was involved in a call center business. The call center went into some financial difficulties. Instead of going straight to a bank and get your money from a commercial bank to bail out your business, to help your business, because if you get money from a bank, they would set conditions. All right? Hear what that company did? That company involving Keith Mitchell's cousin approached the Keith Mitchell-led administration, the NNP administration, for a loan, the government, for a loan. So the government gave them, the NNP administration gave them some $9 million. $9 million. And in the agreement, they said, well, you're going to give us back 40% interest or 40% not dividend returns on the money. So they got that money. Then they approached the same Keith Mitchell-led administration, the same NNP administration, to sign as a guarantor with a bank in Trinidad for an additional $9 million. Remember what a guarantee is, A guarantee is a signature on a contractual document, on an agreement, saying if this company doesn't pay, the government and people of Grenada will pay. Tutus, the company went bankrupt within a minute, within a short period. They went bankrupt after getting all that money. They went bankrupt. So Grenada lost some $18 million just like that. $18 million. Taxpayers' money, Yeah. And NNP say they want to rescue Grenada, yes? But here it is. It didn't stop there, The government of Grenada sold its shares in Cable and Wireless and collected or had to collect $4.5 million. But the government of Grenada absorbed, take on the liability of that call center company when they sign up for all the guarantee and all the loan and all these things. So the proceeds from the sales of the shares from Cable and Wireless had to go back to Cable and Wireless to pay the debt that same call center company was owing Cable and Wireless. So instead of that $4.5 or so million going to the treasury, right, in government coffers, that went back to Cable and Wireless to pay the debt. So the government and people of Grenada lost $22.5 or so million from this failed call center business involving Keith Mitchell's cousin, and Keith Mitchell was prime minister, and the Keith Mitchell-led administration gave all this money to this failed company. It's amazing. And NNP say they want to rescue Grenada, yes? But here it is. In Livera, there was this white guy who came to Grenada, he and his family, and they tricked the NNP administration, the Keith Mitchell-led administration, into giving them the lands in Livera. In fact, some of the landowners, they were successful farmers, planting and getting good yield, good harvest. They were chased from the land. The land was taken from them. The Kent family and so on. They had to fight them in court and so on for their land. They were not promptly compensated. So what the white guy did, he asked the NNP administration to sign as a guarantor, giving a guarantee to the bank on behalf of this individual and the company that he set up, because he promised to build this big hotel with water and land, recreational facility, golf course, and he just niced the thing up on paper, right? You know what happened? The minute time the guy got the guarantee, the guy drew down the money The guy drew down the money, he and his family. They went on a big yacht. They drink champagne, they drink wine. They had a ball of a time. And we lost 20-something million dollars just like that. Just like that. Taxpayers lost 20-something million dollars under the NNP administration, under the Keith Mitchell-led administration, and NNP say they want to rescue Grenada, yes? Rescue Grenada from what? I am saying to you, they believe that the younger voters, the younger people in the country would not remember what the NNP administration did to this country. They mash up this country. They wreck it. They cause it to be so bad that we lost almost $400 million to those conmen and crooks, those convestors. They came here and they con the NNP administration over and over and over again. I mean, somebody could trick you the first time, but the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, something ain't right. No. I want to continue because it is important to remind you. Cap Bank, not Co-op Bank. Co-op Bank is a very well-respected bank, a very good bank. That's our indigenous bank. But Cap Bank, D-Bug was a little guy in town selling shoes, you know. He had a little shoe store, D-Bug. Right? D-Bug ended up a banker. How? Let me tell you how. The NNP administration opened the doors for offshore banks to come in, to do all kinds of things. So we had about 40 offshore banks registered in Grenada under this First International Bank Group, about 40 banks. And a lot of investors from America, Canada, and so on, they were pumping their money into this offshore banking system with the hope that they're going to get 250% returns and all kind of stuff, all kind of nice things. So these con men, these fraudsters came into Grenada under the NNP administration in the 90s. They're dirty, you know, and early 2000s. What happened? Let me tell you what happened. The NNP administration gave these people license and everything. They were able to operate here free. They came with all kind of gem, all kind of things to fool the government. They were giving all those boys big trips. They enjoyed it all. And a lot of investors were losing their money, millions and millions of dollars. So Cap Bank opened up. But the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank said to the NNP administration, said to the Keith Mitchell-led administration, well, don't give D-Bug any license. This man don't meet the criteria. He doesn't have what it takes to open a bank in Grenada. But it was the government locally who had the power to issue a license to operate a bank in Grenada. But the clearinghouse was the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. So all checks and everything like that had to pass through the Eastern Central Bank, Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. So they decided this bank that government here gave permission to operate is not legitimate. So the NNP administration, the Keith Mitchell-led administration, you know, gave the bug license to open this bank, this Cap Bank, all about the place. They had a liquor bank in Carriacou, in St. Patrick, in St. all about, everywhere. St. John said everywhere. And they were collecting poor people money, taking poor people money. But the bank was not licensed with the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, only locally here in Grenada. So every time you write a check or they have to clear a check, they have to go to a particular lawyer office. A lawyer office. So bank versus bank, they were not doing that. Bank don't want to change that check. Right? Because the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is not doing business with that bank. So, the bank collapsed. You had debug. He had driver with white gloves opening door for him and all kind of stuff. But the people behind the thing, they didn't get jail. Debug got jail. Right? There are two individuals who should be in Richmond Hill today. They're still out and still fighting to be relevant. Right? One in Pampas and the other dining here every Monday morning and playing young boy. Right? And playing thing. You understand the point? Yeah. They should be in jail. But here it is. A lot of Grenadians lost their liquor kakada. Their liquor money. They lost their liquor money. Because why? The NNP administration, the Keith Mitchell-led administration, went ahead and gave this debug guy a license to operate a bank in Grenada. I'm telling you. But yeah, when the people lost their money, you know what the NNP administration came back and do a couple of years after? You know what the Keith Mitchell-led administration came back and do? They took taxpayers' money and decided to bail out, to give back people with $500 and less money, their money. But they took taxpayers' money to do that. Huh? Taxpayers' money. So, folks, you have to understand this whole cycle, you know. So the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank said to them, do not give debug a license to operate a bank here in Grenada. They went ahead and they gave him anyways. He got a license. He opened all liquor bank in all liquor corner in Grenada. Poor people start putting their money inside there. The bank collapsed. Because money gone missing. You can't get money. You can't get nothing there. You cannot get your money. You cannot withdraw your money. The NNP administration, so bold, so nasty, so dirty, came back in power. And you know what they did? They gave the people with $500 and less taxpayers' money they took, you know, to pay these people out, you know. So when these people talking, I just have to laugh. Because they think they could fool people. And they're quick to talk about corruption. And they're quick to talk about, look at this minister, that, and that. NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? Why you don't move there? All you move there. Dwight Hartman, move there now, boy. Keith Mitchell, move there. Mash, move. Wrong with all you. NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? Kate Lewis, move there, girl. Move there. Wrong with you? Emlyn Pe, move there. Move there, girl. Move there. NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? Go and check your past and what you all did to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, and why we are where we are. Go and check it out. NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? I will tell you this. After Hurricane Ivan, don't make them fool you, you know. I was wrong after Hurricane Ivan. After Hurricane Ivan, the NNP administration was in charge. And they set up the ARD, Agency for Rural Development, something like that. And they paid their friends in there big salaries, huge salaries. And here it is. People stayed under tarpaulin for months and months and months. Schools took long to reopen. And then when they started building those wooden houses, I could tell you about those wooden houses. They contracted someone from Guyana. And he had a number of Guyanese who came here and they were located at different centers, community centers and schools and so on. And they were given the contract to build back some of those houses. And they built back those houses pretty much just how they met it. They put up some columns, right? Concrete columns or wooden columns, some studs, uprights, right? Then they had the rafters and so on. And they just used the board. So they board up them things on them. Ordinary board, whatever they call them, right? So flooring and Rabbit and Spring and something else, right? So they did it just how they meant it. No bathroom. They did not put any bathroom in it. Watch. NNP could only fool all you, not me. They could fool only all you who want to be fooled. The NNP constructed some houses after Hurricane Ivan, and the houses they constructed was just how they meant it, meaning they did not, innovate. They did not put a bathroom. They did not put this concrete frame. They did not build it back stronger and better. They were still using the nails all over. Yes, in some instances, they used screws for the galvanized, and they shortened the eave for the house, right? But I'm saying to you, they can't fool me. They're going to fool you, not me. I'm telling you. Right, so the Agency for Rural Transformation, I think it was called, right? What they set up. Because someone is saying it's not the Agency for Rural Development. It's the Agency for Rural Transformation after Ivan. They set up something like that. Anyways, I'm saying to you that the houses, they were not done, better or innovative or, stronger so that they can, the same wooden structure without bathrooms. So they had to go after, NDC now, have to go after and build bathrooms for these people with the wash program and things like that. They never constructed, and people could bear me out on that. I'm telling you, I know. I used to go and visit some of these houses. So I'm telling you, they never had any bathroom and toilet facility in those houses. And millions and millions and millions of dollars went into those houses. And I could tell you, some of those ministers benefited from that same contractor. Some of those ministers benefited from that same contractor. At the time, some of them, they got their homes repaired with purple heart wood, with green heart wood, with cabo cali wood. They got countertops, they got closet, they got cupboards, and you could go on and on. Even some of the vehicles, they were using it too. And NNP say they want to rescue Grenada, yes? And NNP say they want to come back to rescue Grenada, yes? Move there. What's wrong with all you? Something has to be fundamentally wrong with our people if we going to go back to this bunch of no goods, for want of a better term here. No good. Waste of time. And I am saying all of this because I've been listening to these guys on platform giving you the impression that, they squeaky clean and they are men and women of the cloth and they're white as the cloth that the priest would use for communion. And then you just turn the page. Go back and turn some of the pages during the NNP time. The NNP is responsible for all the mess that we are experiencing in this country today, Look at the police force. They left the police force to run down, Some of the police stations, you look at the condition of the police stations, they never invested anything significant in repairing the police stations and upgrading them, Same old. Yeah. They were not even regularly recruiting police officers and training them. They were not doing that. So people were retiring and they were not even replacing these folks, with new recruits. You look at some of the medical stations and so on, they just leave it like run down. Just so you see the stadium, run down, became rusty and old, and you go inside it, it's, flooding and nasty and so on. That's how they had Grenada generally, and now the Chinese have to come and do a total thing. No maintenance whatsoever. You look at some of the clinics, right? Medical stations and so on, they just leave it like run down. Some of the schools, no repair. You look at some of the bathroom facilities in the schools, some of the staff rooms and so on, nothing like that. They never invested significantly in that. And NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? They never invested significantly in farmers in the farming, the agricultural sector in the country. They never liked agriculture. They never saw agriculture as important. After Hurricane Ivan, all the spice trees and so on got damaged. They never replant nothing. They never did nothing. Look at the condition of our main roads. You think that just happened so? Or just happening now? The NNP never invested significantly in fixing our roads and maintaining our roads or widening our roads. Same donkey cart roads for all these years. All these years. So you have more vehicles, 60-something thousand vehicles on the roads. But same size of the roads. Same size. And then you have people building very close to the road. They drain, they step, they everything close to the road. So now it's hard to even widen it. It's hard. But NNP was there for 20-something years. That was a task and duty to widen the damn roads in the country and get alternative routes and so on. They never did that. And NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? What's wrong with all you? What's wrong with all? Look at the amount of poor people. Huh? That NNP left behind. Look at the amount of poor people now. Look at the poverty rate now. Look at the amount of people who depend on government for nearly everything in this country now. Huh? And they say they come back to rescue. Rescue what? Look at the amount of public officers who are to march in the hot sun for pension. And that is why when I hear Brian Grimes, that old political union donkey, in my belief, when I hear that union donkey talking, I just feel too. You understand? Union donkey, you must know that the workers were marching in the streets for years for their pension under the NNP. And NNP refused to pay these people their pension. NDC came and paid them their pension and their gratuity. What's wrong with that union donkey, boy? Brian Grimes, you're a union donkey. Not only that, under the NNP, there was no conversation about the regularization of workers. Under the NNP, there wasn't a conversation about the regularization of workers. NDC came into power and introduced that and decided to regularize the workers, make them permanent. NNP they've been there for so long. They were just giving these people contracts upon contracts, and NNP say they want to rescue Grenada, yes? Huh? Kate Lewis, why you don't move there, girl? Move there. Emlyn Pierre, move there. What's wrong with that? Move there. Clarice, move. Move there. Kit Mitchell, mash, move. Peter David, what's wrong with you, boy? Where you find yourself? Where you end up there? Poor Peter, the pumpkin eater. And NNP say they want to rescue Grenada, yes? Something has to wrong with all you, What have they done for you all? What can NNP do differently after they've been in power for 20-something years? The people gave you 20-something years, almost quarter of a century to do things to transform this country. What have you done? What have you done to better this place, to improve this place? What have you done? And you're quick to condemn NDC. And, I was saying to a friend, I want to know what qualifies a person to be a good politician or to be re-elected. What qualifies a person to be that? I really want to know. So, you're fixing community centers. You're fixing playing fields and you're lighting it. Areas that are dark, you're putting solar lights and so on. You're fixing roads. You're fixing schools and you're building new schools. All right? You pay the pension. You're regularizing workers. You have the bi-monthly salary payment. You're injecting more and more into agriculture, housing, and we can go on and on. Free tuition, free barrel program and so on. Right? Universal education for all. More scholarships given. The WASH program. You're getting a new modern bathroom and toilet facility. You're getting internet and so on, the jump program. You're getting so many things. What more do you want? I'm asking. What qualifies a person to be re-elected? So, in other words, all right, you don't like that MP and you don't like that one and you don't like that one. You go replace them with NNP? Think. NNP been there for 20-something years. 20-something years. Those political bastards been around. What have they done to improve your life, your living standard and condition? All these years, they had the opportunity to fix it and make your life better. But NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? But NNP say they want to come back and move the NNP. Every Monday morning you hear about some con man, some crook who con this country, con the government, the NNP administration, and run away with millions of dollars. None of them ever got arrested or charged or go to jail. I've seen they. But they believe that Grenadians are forgetful. They believe we're going to forget stuff and we're going to go right back into the trap and support them and get them back into power. That is what they believe. So they riding on the back of Carrico and P.T. Martinique. And they have all kind of things to say about Carrico and P.T. Martinique. They've been in charge of Carrico and P.T. Martinique for 21 years. Lest you forget that. Sometimes when I see them NNP and them, and they're talking in nonsense, I just feel to go under Miss Matabed and take this TLP and just, you understand? And NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes? You been in charge of Carrico for 21 years. What have you done for the people of Carrico and P.T. Martinique? What have you done? How many times during NNP time that Keith Mitchell, that old nasty, bad-minded piece of thing, visited P.T. Martinique and Carrico? During the 20-something years, how many times that no good visited Carrico and P.T. Martinique? Huh? Even during the whole barrel situation. Ask Keith Mitchell when last he visited Carrico and P.T. Martinique. When last? I think what he did so once or twice. Many times. He's just trick. It's games he playing. This man has $19 million or so he say. Some people accuse him of making a mistake with his maths, putting the 1 before the 9. But he said he has $19 million. I want to go with that, what he said. He has $19 million. Have you heard Keith Mitchell name mentioned as giving anything to Carrico and P.T. Martinique out of all the millions he has? You ever hear that man name mentioned about giving anything? This guy don't like people. He don't like Grenada. He pretends. He pretends. And then you have some people, they're gullible. They jump in on board. You just think about it. The same Dwight Horsford, right? The same Dwight Horsford. Keith Mitchell treat that guy like a piece of... Well, I wanted to say shit, but I won't say shit. Because it depends. Because if you have animal shit or feces or whatever, you can actually use it for manure and so on. But when you talk about human, it's a different ballgame. Keith Mitchell treated this guy like a piece of nobody. Nobody. But because he doesn't want Peter David to take the NNP and run with it, because he know once Peter take the NNP, that's the end of him, he trying to play a game of chess to bring back Dwight Horsford, drag him out of the storeroom. And Dwight Horsford is not charismatic. He's not a people's person. I mean, he used to smoke his cigar, drink his thing, and just laugh and giggle with his elitist friends. That's Dwight. That's the Dwight I know. This guy cannot change overnight just like that. No. This guy doesn't have what it takes. You hear this guy talk and you wonder. But I'm saying to you, I know the guy. I know him very well. Very, very well. So keep playing a game of chess. So he bring this guy in the mix to tie up the whole thing so Peter would not get it. Because he don't want Peter and Chester and all them boys them to have the NNP. He doesn't want that to happen. So he's going to push Dwight to become the leader of the party. And Emlyn doesn't have leadership quality for a school, much less, So you're going to push her to maybe be deputy or something like that within the party, or the chairman of the party, something like that. And it's not even certain yet, because he's still fighting for power. Still fighting for power. But I am saying all of this to say, you have these people on platforms going about giving people the impression that they knew and you know, knew what, that and them old thing and them, all you been around long, all you beat up. Huh? All you beat up. And all you all are no brand new second hand. All you beat up. No good. Have no idea, no fresh idea, nothing like that. You look at them, some of them with a old big old baggy pants still win. As though I just want the wind to just blow you and just, they have no class. Look at them. Some of them have no, you watch them and you say, whoa. That, yes? Huh? That they want to come and replace what we have. We happy with what we have. We're not going back to those dark days. We're not. But I am saying NNP say they want to rescue Grenada, yes? Rescue Grenada from what? From what? Nonsense. And these guys believe that people are going to forget them. They're going to forget what, we experience under them. That is what they believe, They believe that Grenadians are going to forget them. But here what they're afraid. They're afraid these young people.
Kariku and P.T. Martinique attending the T.A. Marisho Community College and the New Life organization, NULO, who recently received educational care packages as part of the Ministry of Education Support Relief Initiative, say thank you. They assured that the packages and financial support will indeed drive them to perform at their best. Annette Moore has the details in this report.
80 students from Kariku and Petit Martinique are now better positioned to continue or further their education at the T.A. Marisho Community College and the New Life organization, as the government of Grenada presented them with education care packages yesterday as part of its Hurricane Beryl relief measures.
I appreciate it a lot because I'm living quite in Grenville and it's hard to come to town every day. Because bus is $6 and then I have to travel from the terminal to TAMCC. I have to do that, repeat that every single day. So I appreciate the package very much.
The hurricane affected my family in a negative way since we started a business and everything just go down the drain. So this will help me out now where I could more do stuff for myself instead of depending on my mother in Kariku.
Well, I think it made us pretty happy to hear that we are getting school stuff, money to help us with our education and stuff. It made us pretty, well, I don't know about most people, but for me, it made me feel pretty happy. I almost lost control smiling in the crowd when I heard it, because my laptop spoiled during the hurricane and I was in need of one. And it made me pretty happy to hear that we will be getting one.
The initial care packages distributed are worth more than $222,000. More than $1.5 million will be disbursed over the next 10 months for this school year. This will assist in the uninterrupted flow of the students' educational journey. The education care packages cover $2,000 for accommodation, meals, and transportation, $500 for uniforms, and $1,200 for textbooks for the first month's installment. Additionally, each student will receive a laptop. From the second month, students will only receive the $2,000 monthly payment to cover living expenses, given that uniforms and textbooks are covered in the initial payment.
I thought I wouldn't have make it to come to Mulo, but Monday gone, Mommy said, "Okay, you're still going to Mulo." I said, "Okay, Mommy, well, I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to make it proud. So when you come on graduation day, that you could see you and say, I'll come out, it's a big honor."
This educational package is a very great help. Without this package, it would have been tough to actually continue my education.
Many students shared how they felt coming from the Hurricane Beryl experience to receiving this form of educational support.
It was a very tragic experience. My family, our house was blown away, majority of it, and it was really sad because that's where I grew up and I know the home and yeah.
It affected my family pretty bad. I lost my whole house. My grandmother lost her house also, but they rebuilt a little something so they could stay still.
It was really terrible. It affected my mental health.
We just had to stick in one room until we get help from the government. I have family in Grenada. I'm from both Grenada and Carriacou, so it affected some of my family because most of them don't have a house at the moment. But I have a place to stay because I'm going to TAMCC.
Knowing that they are now supported, students expressed relief and appreciation for the education care packages.
I think it makes us feel secure and really help us a lot due to reasons like rent, coming down Grenada and pay rent, bus, and just make us feel a little more comfortable. And
Yes, that's important, very important. And we need to do a similar thing with the people who are being regularized. 300 and something of them regularized. We should have had, situations where you have like official ceremonies handing over their package to them, their letter to them. That similar thing like that should happen when they are regularized, because that's important. But that is what the NNP is afraid of. The young people who are going to TAMCC, who know that the government of Grenada is paying their tuition fee for them, lifting a big burden of the parents' back. The parents don't have to find that $800 and something, right, to go to NULO and TAMCC. So you're looking at the impact in 5 years, the amount of young people who will go through TAMCC and NULO. And we must have a little session with them every now and then to listen to them and to speak to them so that they understand that the government is investing a lot. This government is investing a lot in their future. That's important, and make sure that they are registered. That is what the NNP is afraid of, these young people. Look at the amount of years. So the first year, the second, the third, the fourth, in 5 years, the amount of young people who will graduate from TAMCC and NULO. You could actually do the calculation. You're talking about over 10,000 young people. They would graduate, they would pass through TAMCC and NULO, benefiting from government. And there you have the students from Carriacou benefiting significantly again. And that is the idea. Changing lives, transforming lives. And that is where you got to start. So kudos to the NDC administration. I understand the strategy. That is where you have to start. And NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes. And NNP say they want to come back and rescue Grenada, yes. Move the NNP. What's wrong with all you? We not going back. We not going back. We are moving forward. We want Grenada to be transformed. And I tell you this, as I go into the diaspora and I interact with people, they want good for Grenada. They don't want to be hearing all this negative, negative, negative. The NNP has become the national negative party or the nasty negative party. That is what they have become. Only negative, 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 negative. Nothing good. Nothing good whatsoever they have to say or talk about or discuss. They just want to see bad things befall Grenada. They're wishing, and also they are doing a lot of things because they want that to be fulfilled. But I am saying we not going back. We're not going back. We are pressing forward. We want to develop Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And we're going to get there. We are hopeful. We are optimistic about the future of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And all you need to say to the NNP, but okay, you say you're better. You say you're going to do it better, but you got 20-something years. Why didn't you do it better then? Why? Why are you so hungry and thirsty for power now? You had 20-something years to do good for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. You never did that. No, 20-something years. You kept a lot of people in poverty, hopelessness, and serious desperation, and desolation too. I'm saying, you want to come back? You want 5 years. What you could do in 5 years that you couldn't do in 23 years and a half? Huh? What? What? We're not going back. We are pressing forward. We want to develop Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. Everything wouldn't happen overnight. Everything would not happen overnight. It's going to take some time. But I tell you this, We're going to get there. We're hopeful. We're optimistic. We're seeing things happening for our people. We are seeing things happening for our people. So I want to wish you all the best. And I'm really happy that we're back on 106.3 FM, loud and proud. If you're in your vehicle and you put on 106.3 FM in your vehicle, man, you're hearing us loud and clear, nice, nearly everywhere in Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. All right? Folks, take good care. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back with you tonight, starting from 8 in the p.m. Take good care and bye for now. Bye for now. So the hub is at 8 in the p.m. Remember, Speak Out Unfiltered is coming up at 10 this morning, until Kim the King, Leo Joseph, Milton Coy, and the others, the whole team, they will be on from 10 this morning. Speak Out Unfiltered. And remember, we are back with a bang on 106.3 FM. 106.3 FM. You can get us in your vehicle. You can get us on your radio home. You can get us online, Facebook, YouTube. So we are